What's up, guys? Welcome back to Carolina Homestead Exchange. I'm obviously not at home. We're down here meeting with our contractor. Tom's in from Murray McMurray Hatchery. He's made his way down from the frozen north, and we're going over kind of some progress and where we're at on our stores. I decided to bring the camera, give you guys a little bit of an update. So in here in the store, this is obviously not changed a lot since you guys last saw it. Most everything in here is cosmetic, so this is going to be one of the last things that we do. Out here is where a lot of work has been happening. Jeremiah says that I've been impatient because I call all this stuff the boring stuff. It's not boring, but I'm excited to see everything come together, but that kind of... This stuff goes slower when things start really looking different. It's kind of the second half. But we've got everything reworked in here in the roastery building. And as you can see back here, we got the stage built out. I want you to imagine live music and people all around and a big old plant cell, being able to walk up here and get coffee. Eventually the coffee house over there will be all finished. You'll come and get your go to your class inside the exchange, come out here. We'll have a farmer's market going on the weekends. It's gonna be really awesome. Obviously, we announced this when it first started because we wanted to take you guys along for the whole journey, and I've had a lot of people be like, hey, is that still happening? It just doesn't happen fast. We knew when we started that this was going to be a process that led us into 2023. It's been a weird thing being in the middle of doing all of these businesses with kind of a crazy economy and maybe some unprecedented times going on. I know a lot of people are showing concern about the rising costs of everything. That's definitely been something that we've been contending with here, but I just think that this is going to be open in just the right time. It's important that we localize food growing and provide education, and our hope here with the Carolina Homestead Exchange, which if you haven't been here very long and you don't know what's going on here, I'm going to put a link down below to a video we did when we announced this, kind of casting the whole vision for this area. And if you go back and watch that, you'll be able to see how much has changed. But I just really hope that this is something that can not only provide resources for people here locally, that can inspire people all over, and that you will be able to tap into some from other places, but that even more importantly, it can inspire people to do similar things elsewhere. Hey guys, it's Editing Jess here, just popping in. This vlog gets a little emotional towards the end, so before that, I wanted to tell you that if you want to be abreast of all of the announcements of our endeavor with our amazing partners over at Murray McMurray Hatchery, we are opening our store, the Carolina Homestead Exchange. Jeremiah and I are opening our coffee roasting business, Beulah Roasting Company, and then eventually the coffee shop. All of that, I'll put the links down below so you can sign up for the newsletters for Carolina Homestead Exchange, as well as the Roots Refuge newsletter, where we will be making all of our announcements first, just to make sure that you don't miss anything among the many vlogs that we do put out. There will be all of these things coming in 2023, as well as where you can order things online, the events that we will be hosting, as well as the grand opening for our businesses downtown. All right, let's hop back in the vlog. I'm home. I started some breakfast. Tom came over to the house, and I am cooking a farm-to-table brunch. Figured I'd show you. Oh, hey, boy. What's up? Feels nice out here, huh?
Feels like it's in summer.
Feels like summer?
Yeah.
It actually doesn't feel like summer out here, but after how cold it was, it definitely changes your perspective. I don't know, it's probably like 50 or so. All right, look, the kale made it. Lots of the other things in the garden turned to mush, but this kale, though it is frost damaged on the end, pulled through, and I bet it tastes so good, because once brassicas freeze, they just take on a sweetness that they don't have prior to that. Here, you hold that. Thanks. Oh, look at that. The stuff that was under the mulch is perfect. I just need a few leaves. I'm gonna throw it into this breakfast I'm making.
What are you making?
I got some sweet potatoes and some caramelized onions, bacon, kale.
Put in what?
Did you take that kale in for me? Alright, I got some bacon going, some onions caramelized here, sweet potatoes. Alright, Malia, you want to come show our friends on YouTube your scarf?
Sure.
Alright. Bring it over here, girly. Okay, so everybody always asks when I'm cooking stuff like this, like, what's the recipe? This doesn't really have a recipe, but I'm just taking farm food and putting it together. Alright, bring it here, girl. Look at that. Nice. She made that. I taught her to crochet last night, and she had this done by this morning, so very well done. And because you guys always ask, here, Malia, let me see that yarn real quick. This is Woolies Thick and Quick is this yarn, and I think this is the best yarn for people who are learning to crochet because you can use a big hook and you can do projects really quick because it is thick and quick. And this is which one is this? Do you have one of these balls? Yeah. I can't remember what this one's called. What are you doing? Maya's over here taking a photo shoot opportunity. We silly. Yeah. Jess in her natural habitat. What is this? Hudson Bay is the yarn. And I made a blanket out of this. A lot of you guys commented on it. And look, here's Tom. I was filming at the store, but you guys were having business talk, so. You brought your book?
I did bring
my book. I gotta sign it for you. Thank you, sir. Y'all, if I can confess the truth to you, when we're going and we're talking about all the business stuff, like, I'm so excited for these businesses that we're opening, and I'm so excited for what it's gonna mean for the community, and I genuinely think that putting the energy and the effort into creating a space for people to learn to grow food and really making what I've seen as like an anchor point for a food growing community, the localization of food. I think it is so important, and I so believe in it. But when I get done with business meetings, I want to come home and cook, because this is my wheelhouse. This is what makes me happy. Here I've got the sauteed kale. I'm gonna go in this, just like a real quick saute on that kale. You can see it shrinks down a lot. This was very full. Here's my bacon and onions. Here's my sweet potatoes. So of course we grew this. And then I've got some butter simmering down here. And I'm gonna do a quick hollandaise sauce in the blender. Fry some eggs and compile this into breakfast bowls. In the summer, these look different because obviously then we have peppers and we dice up tomatoes and, you know, just throw whatever on these. Sometimes we'll do other root vegetables. Of course, the garden's pretty slim pickings right now after the Arctic storm. We'll be sweating next week, but you know, I saw this meme this morning. Made me laugh. It said, the weather's trying to act all cute and spring-like, like we forgot that last week it tried to kill us. I was like, yeah, that's so true. But this is kind of like what a winter breakfast scramble typically looks like, as some sort of greens, some sort of roots, some onions, aromatics, and hollandaise sauce is just always here for good measure. Alright, so I'll show you guys how this comes together. This is what I mean when I say breakfast bowls. There's some roasted sweet potatoes. Sometimes we'll throw apples in there, or regular potatoes, or whatever, something on the base. And then here's bacon and caramelized onions.
Whoa.
On top. Put some green.
I just got this thing.
Alright, finished product. Fried eggs on top. Makes everything better. Hollandaise. Sirs?
You don't have any chrome plates?
Why would I need a chrome plate?
Because there's no plate like chrome for the hollandaise.
Brunch. Dad's here all day. He's got jokes. Sorry.
Why are you shaking your head?
It's later in the day now. We're gonna come out to the greenhouse, chat a little bit. Alright. Had that meeting early this morning. Had a wonderful brunch. Tom headed back up to his family. Jeremiah's out working on the treehouse. And I edited the first half of this video. I kind of found myself all shook up inside. And whenever that happens, I usually like take to my journal, kind of pray, and just try to figure out what it is I'm feeling. I'm a person that feels a lot of things deeply. I used to think that that made me a lot to handle, but then I realized that I couldn't have all of the best parts of myself, the great joy and excitement and waxing poetic and all of the beautiful things, without also feeling things in a bit of a messy way sometimes. And the best thing I know to do when I feel shook up inside is to express it. And I was actually just kind of lying in my room in the dark, because when I get I don't want to use the word overwhelmed because I think that denotes negativity, and I don't feel anything negative, but I definitely feel something that you could call overwhelmed today. And I was just lying there thinking about it, just sort of processing and thinking about how to end this video. And I want to take this moment to be incredibly vulnerable and transparent with you guys, because I think it has to be beneficial. Vulnerability always breeds something good. Stepping into this thing where we're opening these businesses, and like sitting this morning, we had a guy come and meet with us. Frankly, I get a little overcome in these moments. Like, what are you doing, girl? Like, you can't do this. And that's not true. That's not true that we can't do something that is beyond us. We can, and we should. And I read something once that said imposters don't feel imposter syndrome. And that feeling of like, you can't do this. Like, who are you to do this? That comes up. And sometimes it's like that internal nagging voice in the back of your head that you know is lying to you, but you hear it anyway. And sometimes it's an actual voice out of the actual mouth of an actual person, maybe even one that you care about in your life, that says, who do you think you are? You can't do this. We are so surrounded by support. You guys are so supportive. Most of you, at least. Some of you guys are honestly sometimes kind of jerks, but I bless you anyway. And I have no reason to think that we can't do something great, but still it creeps up. And truly, I'm in this uncomfortable place this afternoon of choosing not to believe the lie that we cannot do something great. Everything is going wonderfully. I mean, we have great news even today that is going to go even more wonderfully. Like, it's good. Like, it's going well. But still, that nagging feeling of you're going to fail, it pops up. You're not big enough. It pops up. Mind your own. It pops up. Give up. And I know that with all the success that we have experienced and all the good and all of the fulfillment of the promises in our life, I know that that's not true. But I was laying there and I was kind of making that choice of like, I will only move forward in joy. I will only celebrate the goodness of this. I cannot wait for the doors to open to that store, and for those of you who are going to come. I cannot wait to touch you and hug you and look you in the eyes, and I cannot wait to see the seeds sown out of that place that are going to be sown into people, and the resources provided that are going to be provided to people. And that's just the precursor of what we want to do. I know. I am so fully confident because I have seen it, and I believe that promises get fulfilled. I know that we have stepped into infinitely more than we could even ask or imagine. I know that that's true. But I was laying there in my bed and I was thinking, while I was overcoming all of these feelings, and I thought, there are so many people out there that haven't seen that goodness yet. And they don't know yet what is possible for them if they would only just be brave enough to dream. And when you feel afraid, just do as scared. I can only combat that nagging lie with the biggest truth, and not just in my own life, but in the lives of other people. And so to overcome my own imposter syndrome and my own fear of failure, I want to help you overcome yours too. And so I'm turning on the camera today to say, hey, just do the thing. Do it scared. Start the seed swap, start the community garden, start the small group. Do the thing where you're going to encourage other people. Do the thing that's bigger than you. Don't just mind your own. Don't play it safe. Do the thing. You're not an imposter. Like, you can actually make a difference. So can I. So, yeah, this is vulnerable and it's real. And maybe it's silly and maybe some people won't get it, but for somebody, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Just do the thing. Even if you have to do it scared, just do the thing. I don't know what it is for you. For me, it's going beyond my garden. It's going beyond my pantry. For me, it's going beyond my own. And saying that for some incredible reason, God saw me fit to give me something that could help other people, and I just won't bury it. I'll do it scared if I have to, but I just won't bury it. And I don't think you should either. Let's just do the thing together. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and all the others. God bless you. Until next time.